This is Jessica Blaze with Alpha Media, and we are here for our Power of Six podcast, and we're so excited to be joined by a whole group from MRCI, our March nonprofit of the month. And right now we're joined with Lisa County, the strategic writer for MRCI. And let's talk about what our MRCI does. If someone isn't familiar, they've probably seen the buses around town. They've probably seen your name, but if they don't know what you do, let's give an education piece for our listeners.
Sure. Well, thank you, Jessica. So MRCI is a nonprofit that's headquartered in Mankato, and we serve individuals with disabilities by providing them with genuine and innovative opportunities to fully participate in their community. And one way that we do that is through employment. So our approach with all of the people that we work with is very person-centered. So we find out what interests them, what their skills might be, and then we take them through job training and job coaching with the ultimate goal of getting them employment out in the community. And the ultimate goal, of course, is for that community inclusion and community integration and having them work alongside all of us every day. And it's very rewarding, I think, for them and also for those that they get to work with and for.
And very wonderful work that you guys do. And throughout the month, we're going to be meeting some of your clients. We're going to be meeting some of the employers that you work with at MRCI. So it's going to be a really exciting month to kind of get an inside look at what MRCI does, who you serve, and who in our community is involved.
Yeah, and we really appreciate the chance to tell our story because all of the people we work with have such great stories to tell. So this is a great way to get the story out. And one thing I might mention is that over the past couple of years, we've helped more than 1,200 people actually find community employment and be included in the community. And we do that also by breaking down barriers such as transportation. Many of our clients cannot drive themselves to work, obviously. So transportation is a big piece of what we do with our fleet of vans and buses. And we traveled almost 758,000 miles last year. Yeah, just to get them to the work sites and give them that chance to earn money and to be a part of our
important.
community.
And I think that's probably a big piece that people don't know or understand is all the moving parts that go into getting these folks to work and home from work and things like that. So another great resource that you provide.
Yes, indeed.
So we're going to talk to Danny. Danny is a community employment specialist at MRCI. And we're gonna kind of brag up on Jason here because we're going to talk to him in a couple of minutes, and we're going to find out about his work and what he likes to do and how he likes his work. But maybe a little bit of background, Danny, on what your job entails at MRCI. And come on up to the microphone.
Yeah, I'm a community employment specialist at MRCI. So I work one-on-one with people with disabilities to help them find community employment, whether it's developing a resume, finding out what their interests are, reaching out to employers to try to make connections to different employment opportunities, and just making sure that the client's goals are being met in their.
So you really become like a champion for this individual that you're working with. Really making sure that they're finding something that's a good fit for them.
Yes.
I love that. That's so cool. So let's talk about Jason. He's here in studio with us too, and we're going to meet him in just a couple of minutes. He has been with MRCI since 2001, and a lot of that time he has spent working individually with you, correct?
Yes. Yep. The last 2 years I've worked with Jason.
And he seems, I just met him today, but he seems like a great guy.
Yes, he's awesome. He's very reliable at Red Lobster. They love him there, and he does a really good job. He's a hard worker, and he puts a lot of effort into maintaining his employment.
And he's worked at Red Lobster for 2 years.
Yes.
About 20 hours a week, so a full schedule.
Yes.
And it sounds like you two have a great relationship working together too, which is really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep, it's been great. We meet on a bi-monthly basis just to check in and make sure everything's going well. And then I am in contact with Red Lobster just to maintain that relationship and make sure everything's going well. So Jason and Red Lobster are pleased with both services.
Awesome. So let's introduce Jason. How are you today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Thank you for asking. Thank you for giving us some of your time today to come in and talk about your work at Red Lobster.
No problem.
So what does your typical day look like at work?
My typical day at Red Lobster entitles me to wash dishes during the entire time I'm there, putting dishes away. And I'm also a baker at Red Lobster, which entitles me to bake bread and anything that any of the servers require for me to help them out with.
So does that mean you bake those delicious biscuits?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. We should have requested a sample. They're my favorite. And what is your favorite part about working at Red Lobster?
My favorite part about working at Red Lobster is working with the people there. I love working with everybody at Red Lobster. They've helped me out along the way, and they don't see me as a person with a disability. They see me as a person, as a individual that they can really rely and trust to work with. And I'm working with a lot of great people at Red Lobster, including the management team that I want to give a shout out to. Hello.
It sounds like you've made some friends working there too.
Yes, I've made a lot of friends.
That's very cool. And obviously you work at Red Lobster, you get paid. So what do you like to do outside of work?
I am an athlete for Special Olympics Minnesota, and I'm also the president of the LEAP Advisory Council for LEAP Mankato.
That is so cool. We work with LEAP as well here at the radio station. So what sports do you participate in Special Olympics?
For Special Olympics, I participate in basketball, flag football, softball, and bowling.
Wow.
And we now have our state tournaments for bowling here in Mankato at the WOW Zone.
That's a great facility.
Yes.
They do a great
it is
job
a great
there.
Facility.
So are you participating in sports year round then?
It varies with work
Sure.
and what days I work during the week. But yes, I'm still an active athlete with Special Olympics Minnesota. I just have not chosen which sport that I'm going to do this year. I'm thinking about maybe basketball, but I'm more focusing on softball and flag football.
Good for you. That's awesome. How has MRCI helped you, Jason?
MRCI has helped me out a long way during the 15, 16 years that I've worked with MRCI. Since I've been working with Red Lobster, I have support services with MRCI, and MRCI has helped me out a lot.
Well, thank you so much for sharing your story with us, for giving us some time, and it's just been a pleasure talking to you, Jason.
Nice talking with you too.